Who they think they better than? Ain't no comparison to the so-called black or African American. You can drop the African, keep the American. When we say Aborigine, it make they world in. I'm going in the same dirt my ancestors buried in. I come from a god and a goddess, so what that make me? Not even Basquiat can trace me. Not even Van Gogh can paint me. The MC in me is the God MC, equals the God in me. I'm focused in, let my mind be free. You too blind to see. The Jews I give is real, it's been real. These ain't shots, they missiles. All you gonna hear is the whistle. Lyrically, this an execution. My verses start revolutions for my people seeking restitution. Since the beginning, fuck evolution. Or maybe my reality is all a dream. I put it together like I was sowing seams. So it seems this is that audio dopamine. Go against the regime, we put you where nobody can hear you scream. And sing you to meet your Elohim. My nigga, this is savage mode. It's something that you can't decode. It started with a spark and I'ma let it explode. I was given the cheat codes that'll let me dump and reload and go through them waves like a fucking torpedo. You dealt the cards of life, I just cut them diamonds with the ace of spades. Y'all scatter like roaches when they facing raid, or vampires when they facing blade. I'm trying to get next to Shireen like I'm getting played. You still stuck as a mental slave. You still stuck in that mental cage. While I'm making easy money, pipping holes in style. This my coming to age. Crowd roaring when I'm coming on stage. And when I'm done, they gonna be cheering my name. Drake Cobbs, and nah, I ain't quit my day job. I spit bars. I really rap on my day off. That's real shit. Just give you some tools you can build with. Aim high even if you still miss. Just keep going. It's a climb to the top. And I'ma keep flowing. Down Lake Shore, I'm Chicagoan. Yeah. You niggas is playing checkers, we playing chess. And nigga, this is checkmate. Dre be the big dog and you just a little bait. You out of Africa and we ain't got the same traits. I'm a God being and we ain't got the same fate. My granny died February 18th and I was born on the same date. The chosen one, the ancestors' chosen son. They gave me the golden gun. One shot, that's a hole in one. From the pyramid of the sun to Poverty Point. I don't think you niggas is getting the point. We still here. Who said they made the Aboriginals disappear? Your information's lagging in the rear. All you do is teach fear. We copper-colored with woolly hair. Am I speaking clear? So fuck the nonsense. When I rap, I touch your consciousness. From within is where you get your self-confidence. Let's bring it back to dominance. Ain't no confining us. Gonna bring that wild Indian out of us. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. We still here.
And oh yeah, put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feel it when you feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, just that Chow Feft, that Chow Mein, that Papa Bull, that Tao Mein, since sunset in the arc of Wayne, my brain moving like Tao Sang, so as above, it's so below, that up and that down thing, this flow is atmospherian, I call that a ground game, see water is knowledge, so if I'm teaching, you're learning, so how your God make a sun without vortexing current, see the pattern is ponic, I'm reaching out for my people, oh watch me flow through your speakers, you feel the force of the ether, and when the force gets the equal, I'm taking off like an eagle. Police popped the pastor yesterday for pushing Puerto. My DNA is Moshe. Mix that thing with higher water. My spirit rate is OTN. It's just a higher order. Got more light than Kavita. Rap a lot just like Tila. Went from sinner to saint. Shout out my big homie Sela. Got more torque than a sports car. Got more work than a door star. And the 4 million I make, I'm giving the Dr. Umar. Oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing 7 in my rites and ceremonies. I'm married to Jehovah, holy matrimony. Confucius say, in the words of Caillou, before you hit the tomb, be a bridegroom. Only got one question for Miss Susan B. On how to last Ahuin is now a Angui. Blame my inspiration, I'm just thinking thoughts. But in the way of God's, we gon' keep it short. Why Jesus wanna kill me, Matthew 10:34. Just a couple questions that I'm needing to know. Oh, watch me flow, it's so potent. Set the vortex in motion. Super 7, I'm floating across the Aegean Ocean. Oh, you a Muslim now, so I guess you make it Salat. Well, I'm an Israelite, I'ma make you met the Shabbat. Got Moses on the bumper, super slap off in my spaceship photosphere. So I stay lit, peace and light to the faith is so yeah. Put that super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah.
Peace and love, family. Put a sunflower in the chat if you guys can hear me nice and clear. Let me know if you can hear me. I need some sunflowers, family. Let me know what's popping. Let me know if y'all can hear me nice and clear, okay? Please let me know. Peace and love to all the Aboriginal Indigenous Indians. Peace and love, family. So while we waiting for my sister K Governor to pull up, I'm gonna play another song. I had this cool video I wanted to show about the rise of Clifton Powell while I wait for her to come on through. But you know, I'll probably just find something a little more quicker in that regard. But peace to all my sisters. First of all, hey OTK, what's up, Juan Truth? Focus Minds, my beautiful baby Copper Goddess. Hey, my sister girl, Murray Gal. Hey, y'all. All right, so give me a second. Let me pop back over here, do a little 1-2, and then I'm going to get my video ready. And sis should be in here soon.
Father Ray, Reed Youngin. Come on, man. Fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African. Hey, them niggas trash like some ooh. Try to get back to them slave hoes. Hey, hey, hey. Try to get back to them slave hoes. Hey, hey. Fucking slave narrative, they phony. I had this nigga named Toby and he owe me. When the plot crop and the stock drop on top, them niggas going. Sold to the bitter cotton pickers, them my niggas. I'ma come down, feed them chitlins and them gizzards. Nigga, I'm the mister, I whip you, I kill you. In the big house, go down with your sister. Send it back to you, then I send for your mother. Y'all niggas look out, I'ma work it like no other. Make you pick cotton till the sun come and touch you. Till your damn hands and feet, your foot all bust up. Look me in my eyes, I'ma backhand the buck up. Nah. Shout out to Grandma Foo. Why your man came, she the one that sold you. My crew swam to the show and got you. Good shit, Jesus, man, that nigga came through. Hey, fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African. Hey, them niggas trash like some ooh. Tryna get back to them slave hoes. Hey, tryna get back to them slave hoes. Fuck off it, fuck Lennon, fuck Jeffries, ayy. Fuck off it, fuck Ben, fuck Jeffries, ayy. Fuck off it, fuck Lennon, fuck Jeffries, ayy. Ayy. Play with this shit, dude. Big Eddie. Baby, yo, so. Peace, teeth, acrobatic.
Say I'm hustling and I'm grinding. I'm making moves with my money on my mind, and I can't fall short. No, always keep it 1,000. Slow mo. Say I'm hustling and I'm grinding. I'm making moves with my money on my mind, and I can't fall short. No, always keep it 1,000. Slow mo.
All right. Peace and love. So let me just show this real quick, y'all. I just got my new computer. So I'm still trying to swing shit and get it right. Okay. So give me a second. Oh, come on. All right, hang on, y'all. There. Why is it not working? It shouldn't be no lock. Hold up, because I just tested it out before I did it. Oh, this is crazy work. Okay, let me see something. Okay. Okay, let's see something. All right. So let's get into this real quick. So this young lady, she always has a lot of interesting commentary. She always got something interesting to say. So I wanted y'all to hear what she had to say about the Dre Scott decision. See, I also pulled up some other stuff on that decision as well. But just for a second, let's just listen to this.
Chief Justice Roger B. Taney pronounced, quote, "Any person descended from Africans, slave or free, is not a citizen of the United States according to the U.S. Constitution." What if you could lose your American citizenship because you took a DNA test and it said you had 5% African DNA? If this court case had not been overturned, that's exactly the world we would be living in. And so this court case matters to everyone. This court case matters to everyone. And
see, I don't agree with that necessarily. But see, that's a key thing that was stated, whose ancestors descended from Africa. And when going over the Dre Scott case, like, he was being sued. I mean, Dre Scott was suing, but the person who was being sued, the defendant, said that he had verifiable proof to prove that Dre Scott ancestors came here from Africa. So I just want y'all to keep that in mind.
Understanding this court case is important for all of us. He could not even bring his case to court because he was not considered a citizen. So it didn't matter whether or not his case had standing. He had no standing to stand before the court to present it. Today, we're going to talk about the Dred Scott decision. And I think this is one of those court cases that, at least for me, I knew about it, but I had never really studied it in depth and gotten the details for myself. I understood what it stood for. I understood the.
At Seven Springs, we've got snow shredding, terrain park ripping, boggy goggle bar hopping, bowling ball high scoring, and like another few million ways to have a blast. Seven Springs, 7 million ways to fun.
All right, family. All right. We got our special guest here. My auntie, I love to call her that. Miss K Glover L. I'm very, very happy to have this beautiful, intelligent queen come up here and speak on her knowledge and give us some information in terms of financial literacy, our credit, how can we, do better in this area, and just giving us some basics. Now she's not going to do too much on y'all, but she's going to give us something. So, K Glover L, you can take it away whenever you're ready.
Peace to the panel, peace to the chat, peace to my niece, Sharice the Realist. Thank you again for this opportunity to allow me to come onto your platform just to share some basic knowledge and information on the importance of credit and, different ways on how to protect. That's what we'll be focused on more today, on how to really to protect your personal credit from vultures. If many of you are not aware, pretty much every week there's a new class action lawsuit coming out about data breaches. And data breaches meaning that your credit report, your personal credit and information is being compromised. All right. So again, thank you for allowing me to come on. I'm excited to be able to share this with you all this evening. All right. I'm going to get right to it. I got a PowerPoint, and then I'm going to share some of my my websites that I want to share.
Amazing. Of course. I'm so happy to have you. I was so happy when you said yes. I was like, yay. So, I'm so happy, of course. So thank you again. Like I said, I have so much respect for you. You are super knowledgeable, and we need more women like you who have the knowledge, who have the experience, and they're willing to share it with people. And that's all we need. So thank you.
Thank you. So, here it is, the importance of having a good credit score and how to utilize credit cards, loans, and credit utilization effectively. Now, most of us, when we think about credit, we normally aren't thinking on the basis of, well, how do I protect my credit, right? Normally, we just think, I just need to build it up. But how do I go about building it up? Right? Because we may go and apply for a personal loan and get denied. We may apply for a vehicle loan and get denied. We may apply for a credit card and we get approved, but then the credit card annual percentage is, in the crazy double digits. When I say crazy double digits, I'm talking about like 23% on up, right? Because of where your credit currently is. It doesn't have to stay that way, but because your current credit score is at a lower level, then now what companies will say is, well, we're going to offer you this, but we're going to charge you this much in the annual percentage of the interest rate. So really, when you outweigh, well, I have the credit card, but at the same time, you're paying an extreme amount in the interest rate, is not conducive of to even have the credit card. Okay. So let me play this slide. All right. Why a good credit score is important. One, helps secure loans, better terms, and low interest rates, as I was just explaining, right? A lot of times when we want to go and purchase a home, sometimes they'll put us in credit repair or credit building, credit counseling classes, right? So you take the class, you pass the class, and basically the credit building or credit counseling classes consist of you just going in and watching a PowerPoint like this, taking some notes, asking some questions, and watching your spending habits. So a lot of times you'll have a counselor who will go in and look at your monthly spending habits and says, okay, well, can you not spend so much on like me, I get Starbucks every day, right? Can you not purchase Starbucks every day? Maybe once or twice out of the week, but this Starbucks is, annually it's costing you a couple $1,000s, right? Every day. They also talk to you about and teach you about your utilization on if you not, asking you not to spend so much on the credit cards that you currently own, or if you don't have a credit card or a car payment or something like that, or even student loans, right? They'll ask you to maybe put a little bit more, see if you can put a little bit more on it, see if you can spend less on the card, and so on and so forth, right? Next, we have the importance of having no, I went back. Here we go. Why a good credit score is important. Helps secure loans, better terms, and lower interest rates. Reflects financial responsibility. Essential for building financial freedom. Impacts housing.
Excuse me,
Hormones.
Gabriel. I'm sorry. Is your screen changing?
Yeah, it should be changing.
Okay, because I don't see that on my end. I just see the importance of having a good credit score, like your title, but I don't see the show sharing, like I don't see your slides moving as you're talking, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Maybe it's me. I don't know, because I know I am working with a new system here.
I don't know. What is the chat saying? Do y'all see my screen changing? Put some ones in the chat if you see my screen changing.
Come on, y'all.
I know y'all slow rolling it. Negative. Okay, thank you, Bad Saint. All right. Let me try it this way. Let's see. What about now? Did it change?
Yes, it did.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Okay, so like I said, why a good credit score is important. Helps secure loans, better terms, and lower interest rates. Right? Why a good credit score is important. Helps secure loans, better terms, and lower interest rates. Reflects financial responsibility. Essential for building financial freedom. And 4, impacts housing, car loans, and even employment. Like a lot of times we don't realize that sometimes we may want to get a particular job, but we'll be denied from the job based off of our credit score. Yeah, employers actually take your credit score into consideration They used to not do that back in the day, but that's a, you know, much newer thing where they look at your credit score, because your credit score is supposed to reflect that you have good habits. Because if you have good spending habits, right, and they base your spending habits based off of your credit score, right? So if you have good credit or decent credit, then you'll be a good potential employee for your employer.
And Auntie, can I cut in right there too? I'm
Go ahead.
sorry. I also learned too that like during my internship experience that they also check your credit too to see, you know, whether or not you would steal.
Yes. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Because if you are say if you got a credit card but you're not paying on it, that's stealing. You know, that's stealing. Because you borrow the money, but you're not paying it back. That's stealing. You know, same thing with the car loan and, you know, mortgage. Now, we do understand that things happen. You know, life happens. Life happens. You know, life be life in a lot. But at the same time, you know, it's ways to go back and clean that up as life is happening. A lot of times when you're in a situation like that, you know, you want to go and get, you know, character reference letters. I know most of us, we like a character reference letter, you know, about how good of an employee I would be, or how good of an asset I will be to the company. Sounds crazy. You know, all I just need is, you know, a couple people to say that they know me and I'm good. But the letters actually will help you the same way if you was to get a character reference letter if you had a court case, right? These people, they don't know you. The only thing that they are aware of is what you put on your application. So you have to invite them into your world. Yeah, Bad Saint said they don't trust broke people with debt. Right. You know, you got to invite them into your world and let them know that, hey, I am a really good candidate. I'm the best candidate that you will be able to have on your team. You know, if you don't have me, you're going to miss out, because this is what I'm able to bring to your business. So, you know, you want to be able to sell yourself. One of the ways that you could do it is by having a good credit score. That was definitely a good point to bring up. All right. So the next slide is how to use credit cards effectively. Right. One is to understand interest rates, limits, and minimum payments. 2, avoid high interest debt by paying balances in full. 3, benefits include rewards and building credit over time. You know, one of the really good things about paying your debts is to help the interest rates go down, or to sometimes even curb interest rates, is paying it in half, right? So say you got a credit card or even a mortgage note or a car payment, right? You'll actually make your payments go down, because the majority of what you're paying, after you've paid the principal, you're just paying interest. So one of the things that you can do is do what we call the split pay. So you pay half. So you set your payments up on your best pay date. So if you get paid at the first of the month, but you know you have your a lot of bills that you have to pay at the first of the month, split it up instead of doing it all, you know, at the same time of the month. So mortgage, credit cards, and your car note, split those up. Instead of paying all of it at the first of the month, pay half of it at the first of the month, and then pay the other half during the middle of the month. And this is going to help with, one, getting rid of a lot of the payments that you have to pay, because you're curbing that interest. You're paying it down so quick, it kind of like tricks the system, because the way that they schedule out the payments is so that you're, again, like I said, pretty much paying a lot of interest versus paying the principal of it. So you want to do it that way. So schedule those payments, call the mortgage company and say, hey, look, I need to change my pay date on such and such day of every month, right? So then that way you already paid half at the beginning of the month. Now you're just paying the other half at the second part of the month, which will allow you to avoid a lot of payments. Most people are able to pay off mortgage, between 7 to 5 years earlier. Same thing with the vehicle, because you're not paying all that interest. So definitely understanding interest rates, limits, and minimum payments is key into, helping to utilize the credit that you have afforded to you. When you pay it like this, also, companies look at you like, oh man, they're really extremely responsible with credit. So now they want to extend more credit to you, because it looks like, you're just paying it off, and then you're paying it off before the actual due date. All right. So, yeah, you can always call them and schedule your due dates at a different time throughout the month, so that it flows for you to be able to pay it, before it's due every month, and pay it in full, but you're paying it twice. So that allows you to curb a lot of the interest costs or the interest rates on it in the back end. All right. The next slide is loans and responsible use. Personal, auto, and mortgage loans come with varying interest rates. 2, keep debt levels low relative to income and credit limits. 3, pay off loans promptly to improve credit worthiness. Again, utilizing your pay dates to flow with the times that you're paying throughout the month, so that it appears that you are responsible with the credit that's afforded to you. Next is managing credit utilization. 1, keep credit utilization below 30% to maintain a healthy score. Why is it that they give you, you got $20,000 in a credit card, in a credit card limit, but you can only spend 30% of that? Most of us are like, I'm just going to go ahead and spend all of it. I'll just pay it off, at every month. That's not the way that you use credit, right? You have to be strategic. You have to plan wisely, because the more strategic and wise that you are, the higher your credit score grows, right? The healthier that your credit score grows, now you're able to get better offers, right? Offers where you're not being taxed to death. Because when you look at these interest rates on a lot of these the credit products that you're offered, the reason why it's so high is because they're taxing you. See, it doesn't pay off to be poor, whether you are poor in cash or poor in credit, right? They treat the poor, as if they never want to give you a way to come up. It's always about taxing you to death to keep you in that poor state or that poor status. Number 2, high utilization negatively impacts your credit score. Number 3, pay down debt quickly to improve financial health. Again, setting up a plan so that the way that you pay will affect your score in the positive and not the negative. All right. So next, now I want to go over to some of the things that everybody can do to help begin to kind of protect and clean up the credit report. All right. So first things first is everyone has the capability and the opportunity every year to be able to utilize a free credit report. All right. The government gives everyone a free credit report. And I'm going to go to the website here. So you don't have to pay for a credit report. The main 3, you don't have to pay for them, right? You got the main 3, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. All right. So you can go to this website, annualcreditreport.com, and request your free credit reports. Now, it's not going to give you credit scores, right? It's not going to give you credit score. It's going to give you credit report. You need to see what's on the report, so then that way you can actually begin to either maintain or build up a good credit score. All right. So this is a website that everyone can go to, and you'll be able to always get it once every year for free. All right. Next is the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act. Right. And I'm going to read a little bit of this. The Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act requires financial institutions, companies that offer consumer financial products or services like loans, financial or investment advice, or insurance to explain their information sharing practices to their customers and to safeguard sensitive data. What's sensitive data, right? Sensitive data is your name. Your name is sensitive data. Your address, your phone number, your email address, social security number, birthday, all of these things is sensitive data. So they're supposed to safeguard. So as you are obtaining, credit card accounts, and you obtain a mortgage and car loans and student loans and personal loans and all, these companies are supposed to safeguard insurance. They're supposed to safeguard your sensitive data. Okay. So some of the things that you can do when you are in the position of, hey, I want to go ahead and finally tackle this whole credit thing. I want to clean it up. I want to build it up. And what should I do? Right. So the first thing is to go and get the free annual report. You can do that every year. Second thing is, well, I know that about the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act, right? So now I can go and protect myself because I need to clean these things off. Especially when you're talking about those who purchase the debt. When you have purchasers that purchase the debt, it's not even the original entity or the original company that you had the original debt with, you need to really protect it, because now how did you get my sensitive data? I need to be able to come back and I need to protect this. So what you do now is you can go over here to reportfraud.ftc.gov, and you'll be able to report these fraudulent accounts, because 9 times out of 10, it's the debt collection accounts that's on the credit report that's making the credit score low, right? It's most of the time it's not the original account, it's the debt collectors that's making the account low. Now, you don't owe the debt collectors, right? It's not your fault that debt collectors are in the business of purchasing debt. You don't have an agreement with the debt collectors. You have an agreement with the original creditor, the one who issued you the credit. So there's always a way to be able to go in and build up and to allow yourself to be protected within your credit report. All right. Next is, now I'm getting to the different credit reporting companies, or what they call credit bureaus, right? And these are private companies. Credit bureaus are private companies. They're not, a lot of times we've been taught to believe like they're reporting all my personal information. There's really nothing I can do about it. How do I protect myself? You can go on their website. All of them have it. And they have privacy. They have privacy placements for you to be able to protect your sensitive data. All right. So here's Experian, and Experian says Experian provides a number of information products.
I'm sorry, Auntie. Excuse me. It's not moving again.
What? Hold on. Let me stop sharing and share it again. All right, can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, Experian provides a number of information products and services to both businesses and consumers online. Because the collection and use of personal identifiable information may vary among the products and services available on Experian's website, at any point where personally identifiable information is collected, Experian provides notices that explain what information is being collected, how the information may be used. Keyword, maybe. Not how it's being used, but may be used, and what choices you have regarding the collection and the use of the information. The notices are clearly posted either at the point of collection or through an easily identifiable link at the point of collection. All right. So again, you can go to their website, click on privacy. All right. And now you can go and say, hey, look, I don't want you to provide my sensitive data, going back to the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act. I don't want you to utilize my personal and sensitive data. And the way that you've been using it is you've been reporting, or you've allowed these debt collection agencies to report my private and sensitive data on your website or through your services that you provide. All right. So this is a way that you can actually protect it and get those negative items off of your credit report. And like I said, each credit reporting bureau or agency or company, which is the main three, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, they all have it. All right, here is Experian. Here's Experian, and Experian, it's the same way. You click on privacy, and with the privacy, they will protect it. All you have to do is say, hey, look, you can't do this anymore. Right? You can exercise your right by utilizing the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act. Same thing with TransUnion. Right? TransUnion says consumer privacy rights. TransUnion is committed to data privacy and providing a simple and secure process for consumers to manage their personal information consistent with U.S. state laws. Consistent. Now, when you look at every state, every commonwealth actually has consumer privacy rights and protections. Every state and commonwealth has a attorney general. If you go to your attorney general's website, you'll see the list of consumer privacy rights that they have. So you can go beyond just saying, okay, well, I want you to stop doing this, but you can go to your attorney general and you write to your attorney general, you send them a notice online to your attorney general, say, hey, look, this debt collector is utilizing my sensitive data, which is against the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act. I need you to verify that this debt collection company has the authorization to do this in this state. And then I want you to assist me in protecting myself. The attorney general literally has ways for you to protect yourself as a consumer with your privacy rights, right? So it says, consistent with U.S. state laws, you can manage your personal information through the options listed below, right? So you can opt out or limit use of data, delete data, get a copy of your data.
Auntie, I'm sorry. It's still on the Experian provides a number of information, products, and services to both businesses. It's still right there.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and stop sharing each screen and then come back in and share the screen. Go back to TransUnion. Can you see it now? TransUnion?
Yep.
Okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna close out it might be my PowerPoint. I'm gonna close out the PowerPoint. All right. So you can get a copy of you can get a copy of the report and correct the information. You can have them delete the information. Again, all of the credit reporting bureaus have to do this. They have to protect your sensitive data. So they can't go in and verify that the person on the account is you because they don't have a birth date on there. They don't have a last 4 digits of a social security number. They don't have an address on there. Like, they can't go and verify any of these things. And these are ways that you can use to be able to get those negative things off of the credit report to help not only protect, but now you're talking about building up the credit score because you're getting those negative items off of the credit report. Right? Now, most of us know about the big three: TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. But we don't know that there are so many more consumer debt reporting companies. All right. Here is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And I'm going to pull up their website. Right, and this says a list of consumer reporting companies. And when I first learned about this, I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know it was this many. I knew about like five or about 7 of them total, but I never knew that it was this many, and there's pages of them. So it says list of consumer reporting companies. Use this list to help you take advantage of your right to review the information in your consumer reports and dispute possible inaccuracies with companies as needed. Again, they only have what you allow them to have. They can't have your sensitive information if you don't allow them to have your sensitive information. These are private companies. Why should they have your information? If you didn't provide it to them most of the time. A lot of times it was you providing your information to someone else that you have a business relationship with. And because they work with them, now they're going to utilize these companies. Now they have your information, right? Here are the companies. So you have nationwide consumer reporting companies. You got employment screening. So again, we was talking about employers earlier. You got tenant screening. This is used majority of the time when you're trying to go and get somewhere to live. When you are renting a place and you got evictions, a lot of times they run this background to see if you have, evictions, if you have anything, if you have any judgments, saying this is a bad renter, don't lease to them. Another one is check and bank screening. Sometimes it may be hard for you to go and open up a bank account. A lot of times it's because you're in their checks system, right? They have so many different checks and bank screening companies now that it's always best for you to go and get these things cleared up before trying to start, on this new path of, protecting your credit and cleaning up the credit reports so that it reflects a fairly decent credit score. All right, same thing with personal property insurance, medical, low income and subprime. What is low income and subprime? Low income and subprime reporting companies provide consumer information to companies that market and sell products and services specifically to low income consumers and credit applicants with impaired credit reports. All right, so this always going to be something that is used whenever you're trying to apply for like HUD funded programs. Another one is supplementary reports. Utilities. Utilities is a big one. A lot of times we have to pay a big deposit, just to get cable or phone services or internet services, utilities. Another one is retail and gaming, right? And I'm going to just go on the first page. It's like 3-4 pages of this, but you got Experian Verify, Certify, Blend Insights, just employment screening. Pinwheel's another one. DISA Global Solutions Inc. Let's get down here to some more to start at the tenant. AmRent, Universal Background Screening. Universal Background Screening is a huge one. National Credit Check Inc. for gaming, right? There's a lot of gamers. Backgroundchecks.com is a huge one for employment screening. Certegy Payment Solutions, LLC. National Consumer Telecom and Utilities Exchange is a huge one for utilities. LexisNexis. I want everybody to go to LexisNexis and opt out. LexisNexis is the reason why your premiums for your car insurance, your health insurance, your life insurance is crazy. They use LexisNexis. Immediately opt out of LexisNexis. All right. And Novus is another one. And like I said, they got about 3-4 pages long. So I'm gonna put these links in the chat as well for everybody to go over. But yeah, make sure you utilize these and start requesting your free. All these reports are free. Start requesting these free reports, whatever they have on there. You can start sending them cease and desist. I haven't given you authorization, or you don't have authorization to utilize sensitive data pursuant to the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act, right? Again, your sensitive data is going to be your phone number, address, last 4 digits or full social security number, your mother's maiden name, your father's middle name, all these different things that they utilize to verify that you are who you are. The National Public Data Breach, what you need to know. As I said before, when I first started out in this presentation, is about every week there's a new class action lawsuit coming out about data breach, because in today's world, data equals money. I'm saying it again, data equals money. Why? Because when companies know your habits, whether it be your spending habits, your vacation habits, the things you like to watch, the things you like to do, what you do not like, right? They're able to promote their products directly to you, and they know most of the time, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be a lifetime customer, right? So National Public Data Breach is the largest data breach ever that they've had so far. Why? Because National Public Data Breach is all of everyone's social security number, everyone's name, everyone's information, private, sensitive information, right? It reported in early 2024, National Public Data, an online background check and fraud prevention service, experienced a significant data breach, over 2.7 billion records, with highly sensitive personal data of nearly 170 million people were exposed. Right, and then it goes into the detail of what happened. But what is national? How did they, do this? Right? There's a quote unquote what they call a cyber scheme company called USDOD. USDOD is supposed to be the cyber hack company that hacked into National Public Data Breach System to steal everyone's information. Now, we all know what USDOD is, right? That's the Department of Defense. Now, but they're saying, they're claiming that USDOD is some attack, some cyber attack, hacking system, hacking company, hacking scheme that was able to hack into the National Public Data system and was able to get all of our information, right? So one of the things that I employ everyone to do is to, follow these steps, right? If you don't already have your credit report, go and get a free credit report, right? Just simply create a document, saying that, hey, creditor, according to the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act, you are unlawfully utilizing my sensitive data. And because you are to cease and desist from utilizing it from here on out. And you got to explain what sensitive data you don't want them to utilize. Same thing with the credit reporting agencies and the consumer reporting agencies, right? You got to do the same thing. Hey, I don't want my information in your system. Take it out. I don't want this to be shown to the public. Take it out. Because if all they have to do is have your first name, last name, birth date, last 4 digits of your social, address, and now they can go and create, things. They can go and, get, accounts and, do all types of weird stuff with your credit profile, right? So learn how to protect it. Begin to protect it. Like I said, almost every week they're coming out with a new class action lawsuit because of data breach. Be on the lookout for those. Apply to those. If you have, if you've been a victim of the data breach, apply to those class action lawsuits. One of the really big class action lawsuits that happened recently also is 23andMe, right? 23andMe is
yeah, I saw that.
23andMe
damn
is genealogy. And we talk, well, not genealogy, but
the other thing, the medicines and stuff, right? Yeah, them using DNA to, break
DNA
research and blah blah blah.
Right. But see, this is a lot of the argument in this space, right? We're saying all the time that it's for entertainment purposes only. And now they had to come out and say, this is for entertainment purposes only. So, it's not even really an argument because they're coming out in the court cases and the class action lawsuits saying it. So begin to protect your information, begin to protect yourself. You know what these people are doing with your DNA every day? And they only have a small portion of your DNA. They only have it's so limited. So when we say things like they can't verify who you are, right? What they're doing is, because with these DNA kits, they want you to go and put your mother's name, your father's name, right? Your brother's sister's name, your aunt, uncle, grandparents' name, cousin's name. And because there's so many of us that, put this information in these databases for DNA, it's easy to go and just look at, oh, okay, yeah, this person is related to that one and that one and that. They're just able to tie them together. It has nothing to do with, oh yeah, you're really from here. You notice that they're not really testing. It'll be different if they are able to test your DNA with your ancestors that are no longer living, their DNA. But they're not doing that. That's not the way that you test for DNA. A lot of times I hear arguments about, well, you can do a paternity test and that DNA is real. These are two living beings.
And two completely different tests.
And two completely different tests.
Yeah.
It is not the same. DNA for for ancestry is not the same as DNA for paternity. Absolutely opposite. And even DNA for paternity is not 100%. DNA for paternity a lot of times has a lot of faults within that science itself. This is why, you can go and you can challenge these DNA kits saying you're the father. You can challenge these. It's not 100% proof, right? So again, just getting back to the whole, credit, the whole credit space. I definitely want to come back and get more into how to build up the credit. Different companies that you can apply with when you're first building it up, different things that you can do, different agencies you can use to help report things such as, rent and utilities and, phone bills and things of that nature. This also helps to build up the credit report. So I'd love to come back at a later date to, teach that portion. But starting here is a good way to get your feet wet and to start to protect your credit.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, and I wanted to ask a couple of things too.
Yes.
Like especially in regard to like student loan debt, because I know that's a big thing that is over a lot of our heads as Americans, as just, it's a huge barrier to being able to do things like buy a home, especially when you spoke about like debt to income ratio. I know that whole situation could play a huge role. So I hope that, if you could touch on it just a touch, not too much, but just a little bit, and then you can say the rest for the next time. But I would just love for you to touch on that, because I know, like, in light of them trying to say, hey, we're going to cancel $20,000 debt, and then it didn't happen, and a lot of people were disappointed in that. And I just want to know what that's going to look like for the future, because I know people with like hundreds of dollars debt loans, and it's like no joke.
Yeah, the thing about the student loans is, even with the student loans, a lot of the student loan companies have data breaches as well. So, you can use the data breach as a way to get those student loans from start reporting on the credit report. Now, that's one way to protect it. Another way to protect it is, another way to, get that student loan debt off is, they allow you to do this thing called consolidation, right? So you can consolidate, you can talk them down. Hey, look, this is how much I got. This is all I'm paying, and this is it. Take it or leave it. Right? You can have that type of attitude with them, and they'll take it. Anything they can get, they'll take it. Trust. These people are really about getting their money back, right? Other things you can do more extensively is verifying that the company itself was the actual lender of the finances. A lot of times, these student loan companies, they're just the front company, the face of
Yeah, that's
You
what I
know,
was going to say. Like the government, pays them to finance student loans. So it's like when you think about the Navians and the Sally Mays and
yep,
Advantage or all of these things, I know for a fact that that is something that is being, strictly funded by the government. But I guess something had happened with the
exactly.
other two. Like someone had blew up with them too. So I don't know. Like Navia, they under fire now. So
Yeah, Navient has been under fire for years. Even like the all of the Mays and the Macs,
mhm.
Sally Mae, Freddie Mac, all those people. When see the government is it when the government gives out funding and then you go through this company to receive it instead of going directly to the government to get it, right? Those companies aren't the lenders. They're not lending it to you. You're getting that grant or that loan, right, directly from the government. You're just utilizing the company in order to, basically do the paperwork for you, because that's what you're doing at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, they're like
You-
a shell or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
yeah,
I don't like to use that, but I mean, obviously that's what it is because it seems like,
yeah, they're the servicer.
yeah,
They're not the actual lender. They're
yeah,
just the servicer. And so, you can also, fight from that stance as well. That's a much harder fight and a bigger fight, but it can be done. It's done all the time. Um, they have to be able to prove that they actually lent you the funding. And if they can't prove that they lent you the funding, you can go to court. You know, they have to be honest and let you know that we're not really the lender, we're the servicer. You're coming to us to get it. But when you look at it, hold on, if I'm paying taxes, my tax money is really what's funding this education, that I'm getting. So I'm not really getting anything because at the end of the day, I'm paying for it. At the end of the day, my parents are paying for it. And, my other family members that's in the labor force, we're all paying for me to attend, college, for me to go and get this education. So again, there's always ways to be able to fight and protect yourself at the same time from this predatory lending scheme that they have going on. And yeah, student loans is one of the biggest ones. But again, it is a fight that you can fight and you can win.
yes. Thank you
You
so
are welcome.
much. This was really, really amazing. I really enjoyed it. I love, talking about these kinds of topics because, I think what happens is that they miss this mark with the education system and it almost feels intentional, right? And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people walk into, credit and stuff and don't know how to handle it, like the magnitude of it, because it is a lot, especially when you're like an 18-year-old coming out of high school, whatever, going to college, things like that. And you may not understand how to manage and budget correctly and properly. And it can hem you up, especially when you take out student loan debt,
Mm-hmm.
different things like that. And I always find this interesting that they don't teach us how to be financially stable while going through K through 12 public school. And I found that very weird because everything that you learn in K through 12 school, it's hardly ever applied out here in the real world. You have to know how to handle your money and manage it and handle your damn business.
Yeah.
That's what this country is about.
Yeah, they
Capitalism.
used to, that's why they took home ec out of the school
Mhm.
curriculum, because in home ec you learn how to balance the checkbook, you learn taxes, so you learn like the
Yeah, like,
basics of taxes and tax preparation. You learn how to even, a little bit about building credit. And it was a small little financial literacy course back then. It wasn't called financial literacy. I'm an 80s baby. It
mhm.
wasn't called financial literacy, but we did get financial literacy.
That's
But
good.
now they took home ec out. They
Yes,
start
home ec, wood shop.
the closest thing now is they give you I think it's called like Life Skill Services or something like that.
Sure.
And they give you a baby, and you got a crying baby, and you can't leave the baby anywhere if the baby is crying. You know, you got to act like you're changing the diaper and feeding the baby and burping the baby, and you know, giving all this attention to this child. And it's supposed to help you not. It's crazy. It's supposed to want you not to want to have children.
Yeah. Yeah, girl, don't get me started on that. Okay.
Yeah, I've actually been a babysitter before for some of these babies with my nieces. But yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's funny.
It's very mind-blowing to me. It's definitely polar opposite to the world.
Right.
You know, and I think that more people need to be aware of like that fact that like, look, this is how the world operates. This is how the United States operates. And you need to know how to be able to operate in it within your fullest capacity, you know, with the best advantages. You know what I mean? And I think people do need to feel like there's hope that they can get out of their debt issues and their credit problems. And that's part of the reason why I wanted you in particular to do this. And you know, I can't wait till we continue on and, you know, we let everybody know what's up, and, you know, they'll keep coming in and trying to learn to build, you know, build themselves up. You know, it starts with the confidence, you know, because a lot of people don't even like to tackle it. Sometimes talk about it, you know, it bothers people, you know, but I know like we have to have that basic foundational knowledge of understanding credit so that we can move forward. I mean, even when we, you know, get into the aspect in the space of nation building, all of these things that we want to do as the Aboriginals, the indigenous people, you know, that stuff is still going to have to come into play. And we do need to know how to operate correctly. So, yeah. So thank you.
You're welcome. Do we have any questions from the chat?
Yeah. Put some questions down there, y'all, for my baby K Glover L. And let me just play a song or something.
All right.
You know, real quick.
Shout out to the Mama Chief. Yeah, you be quiet when Big Mama speak. What she gave us is a part of me. It flows through my arteries. Even on that journey, that love grows how the garden be. The first to teach us when we sick, the first to heal us. Mama's boy, yeah, you know, her pride and joy. Soul food, yeah, you know, I'ma enjoy. Calm you down just by the sound of a voice. There isn't another feeling inside when they cheering you on at your game and you feeling the pride. You and your siblings fighting, she gon' make you put them feelings aside. She can't lead you down the road, but she can give you the guide. Where you think I get that blissful look in my eyes? I need a side of ice cream with Bim's apple pie. You know for sure for Mama Chief, you know I'ma ride. Cause we all need our Mama Chiefs. Yeah, we all love our Mama Chiefs. The greatness, the patience, the foundation, the knowledge passed down so many generations, our motivation. I just wanna thank you for my creation. Cause we all love our Mama Chiefs. Yeah, we all need our Mama Chiefs. Yeah, we all ride for Mama Chief. The dedication, I seen your tears at my graduation. Now look, Ma, your boy that made it. You the reason I'm one of the greatest. Yeah, cause we all need our Mama Chiefs. Yeah, we all love our Mama Chiefs. Yeah, we all ride for Mama Chief. Now be quiet, let Big Mama speak.
Yeah, now be quiet and let Big Mama speak, period, okay?
Shout out to Mama Chief.
Yes, hey, Mama Chief. Shout out to Mama Chief. Shout out to all of the beautiful queens, man. We really do hold it down. And I think that a lot of times that is forgotten and that is totally disrespected. And we have to remember who laid the foundation is the queens, and we must never forget. So shout out to our queens, period.
Right. Definitely.
Yes, y'all.
Where's OTK at?
Yeah, y'all want to OTK. I'm gonna just go ahead, drop it in there. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to come up and talk about what we talking about, come on. Big Dog Philly OG. Hey, Big Dog, listen to me, Big Dog. You need to check your emails. Okay, hold up. I know I should be able to paste this.
Shout out to Big Dog Philly OG, Copper Aborigines, Bad Saint. Who else came through? Frank Nitty, Green Pill, St. Louis, my husband, Richard Neal Bay, Crazy Chief Overstanding. Shout out to y'all for coming through. Of course, OTK. But yeah, like I said, next time when I come on, I'll be able to get more into how to actually different ways you can build up your credit. Different company, different, credit cards, starter credit. If you already have pretty much established credit, whether it's good or bad, then it's already established. But for those who are looking more for, getting started and repairing, I'll be able to do that next time I come through. But I enjoyed this build. This has been different on the panel where there's no arguing. There's no, trying to, everybody's talking over each other, but it's just mutual respect.
Yes. Shoot, you gotta check it again, big dog. I promise. But shoot, I'm gonna send another one because I want to get you up here too, and we can have a great build. We have a lot in common with the way we think. So anyway, okay, Clever L.
Big Dog Philly OG always going in. I love every time when I hear him say, "I don't trust none of them."
Girl, I love it. I'm telling you. I'm like, dude, 100%. That's kind of where I be. That's kind of where I be. But I don't want no more of that. I just want us to build. We can, get information like we supposed to, and keep it classy and keep it ladylike. And that's what I need to be doing. See, because I know how I can get. Okay. And I'm a human being just like everybody else. I don't be playing even. Shoot. Like I be wanting to set it up and let it be known. But when it's all said and done, this is about us as a people and anything that we can do to get ahead. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm down for. That's what I care about. And I'm just down with people who down with me. And y'all down with me. So I'm down with y'all. So shout out to you, Uncle Richard Neal Bay. Y'all are amazing. Food, clothing, and shelter. That's what it needs to be about. The true Americans. Like that's just what it's about. Who's true to the land, whose heritage and lineage connects.
And that's right. And start supporting each other.
Yes.
One thing I'm always reminded. One day I heard Big Dog Philly OG say that the North, they gave you education, and the South, they gave us religion. And when he said that, I was like, dang, it's so true. And you can see it, to make us docile and not to, think. Even now, just looking at our people with this identity politics. And I was watching BAP earlier, and he was showing the video of them asking, different people who you voting for. And a lot of our women is, Harris. And I'm like, well, what's your favorite policy that she has? And they have no answers to any of her policies because no one knows her policies.
Exactly. If I hear one more time that she's gonna impose a child tax credit, if I hear one more time about some down payment assistance, lady, I hear you out here one more time not directly answering a question that was asked to you, I'm gonna lose it.
It's kind of like is she a bot or is she a real person? Because at this point, it's so strategic.
It's not working. We see right through it. They mad as shit. We see right through it. Because my thing is this, it's like the title to be the first so-called black president, you know, most people will look at it being the first black female president.
Right.
That is a title that should be bestowed upon someone who is truly of that lineage.
Right.
There is no way that we can allow something like this to go down in history as our history. That's not our history.
Right. And then they're gonna try to play on the whole, you know, American Indian, you know, thing. But you know, that's the red dot, not the feather.
Yeah, keep it. Yep. Stop playing. Stop playing. Okay?
Not the same. They're not like us.
Like they're really playing in our face with this. They really are. You know, Candace Owens was right for going in. I mean, I was about to start doing some research because I'm like, what in the world? Where do this lady come from? These people just pop up out of thin air. And you know, it's the same thing with the other president too. Just popped up out of thin air. You ain't grow up here. Where was you at?
Right.
You weren't nobody shooting in the gym. Like, stop. You know, stop it. Like you should be able to was on this land.
You always have us out, those who, you know, quote unquote, make it to, you know, certain status within the community. You know, we always have them, you know, being out in the forefront and, you know, acting like they speak for us. At the end of the day, if you're not my representative, you know, I didn't vote you in. So even with your local representatives, when you have a local representative, you're supposed to send them notification and say, you know, congratulations. You know, I congratulate. You're supposed to build a rapport for them, rapport with them. Let them congratulate them. Let them know, hey, I'm, you know, one of your constituents down here in the district, and you know, this is what I want you to do for my community. That's how you get it done. All this, you know, others, I don't understand how people do it, but all this other stuff that you got a lot of dreams and hopes and wishes and aspirations, and it's not working. It has not worked, and it's not going to work that way. You know, we got to be strategic. I'm really looking more for more of us to self-govern, and with self-governing comes responsibility. And with that responsibility, you know, we got to be more out on the forefront to, you know, like my husband always says, food, clothing, and shelter, basically taking care of our own. And that's really supporting each other, our goods and our services. So shout out to all of the true Americans, the Aborigines, you know, the Aboriginal Americans, all of the American Indians, for, you know, putting on, not for the culture, but putting on for your ancestors. You got to get out of that whole putting on for the culture thing. We see what it's got. Look at the whole, you know, Diddy scandal thing that's going on right now for putting on for the culture. You got to get back to putting on for our ancestors. I yield.
Yes, yes. All right. Big Dog Philly OG, peace and love to you. I'm glad you hit the link. Peace and love. You can go ahead if you want to take it away.
Yes, ma'am. Appreciate you, Sister Sharice, Sister K Glover. Always love and respect to y'all, my brother OTK, and everybody in the chat. You know, I came in late. I'm gonna be honest. I came in late, but I love the topic that y'all talking about. And I don't know if y'all talked about this, but I'm gonna bring this up real quick because I know y'all were talking about credit, financing, and all the above. Like, I don't know if people know about the data breaches that's been going on.
That's what we talking about.
With the 3 credit bureaus. This is the time when we should be trying to clear up all the inquiries or the things that's on your credit report now, because, you know, and to be honest, we should be able to sue them because they've been letting us letting people take our data and use our information. So we should be disputing all of it, but we should all have a case with the three bureaus of basically the way they did their credit. You know, they work with the corporation. All these three bureaus are working with the corporation, and they basically, you know, gave us bad credit from the rip, and we wasn't taught financial responsibilities, credit. It wasn't taught in the school system, and some of our parents didn't get it till they was 40 or 50 years old. But yeah, these are important topics that we need to talk about. You know, I love talking about them, but one thing I tell people, I'm not a teacher. You know, I go by my life experience, what I have experienced in my life, and credit is important to me. You know, and it's always been important to me. You know what I mean? That way I can basically get anything that I want. You know, if I have fair credit with a minimum down payment. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm glad y'all did this. Much respect to both of y'all. I'm pass the mic and let my brother OTK tap in. Much love and respect, brother.
Always.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
always respect.
Bill definitely did touch on the data breaches and everything like that, you know, because all of that stuff was important. And I'm glad she touched on it because I definitely was going to ask about it, but she on point. I already knew she would hit it.
Yeah, sister always on point. Shout out to K Glover and the family, man.
Yes. Yeah, so go ahead, K Glover.
Big Dog Philly OG. You know, like I said, when I be hearing OTK and my husband Cosmo coming for you with the flat earth, I'll be in the background telling my husband, y'all better stop playing with Big Dog Philly OG.
I appreciate you because for real, we shouldn't be paying no electric bill or water bill because, you know, that's part of what they hide with that globe stuff.
That's
you know what I mean? And keeping our people lost and confused. But yeah, I appreciate all y'all support. You know, a lot of people try to say I'm old and senile and angry. I live a good life. I retired when I was 34 years old, making good money. I'm happy. I'm happy. I hate to say it, I'm happy. I was about to say a faggot in Boys Town, but I'm happy. No Diddy, y'all. No Diddy. But much respect. I love life and I love my people. It's just I have a passion for my people because I live what we going through. Right. You know what I mean? I lived it. My mom died like 2 months ago, and that was my heart. Mm-hmm. That was my heart. You know what I mean? And I learned a lot from her experience. Not that I was there, but what she told me. Right. You know, so my mom always told me respect my sisters and my brothers. And that's what I try. You know, I go hard at religion. I just try not to make it too personal. I mean, I try to stab a knife in a little bit, but not all the way in. You know what I mean? Because you got to feel some pain to, you know, to relate. But I'm in there. Much love and respect to everybody, man.
My brother, OTK.
Man.
You know,
and I try to have a little sense of humor. Go ahead, OTK. Y'all got
it. That dude got a rope a dope style, man. He came from Muhammad Ali there. Oh man.
I learned from my brother Muhammad Ali. May he rest in peace.
Hey,
go ahead, brother.
Man, I don't doubt it, man. Hey, man, peace and love to both of y'all, all of y'all, especially my dog, Big Dog Philly OG. Hey, man, peace to y'all, sister. This is a powerful show because I love to see when sisters get together and talk real stuff about what's affecting us and about how it can help us, and then not sugarcoat nothing. You know what I mean about it. You're not giving you one side of the story, and then when you go and you try that shit, you end up losing every goddamn thing. You know what I mean? And that's one thing about K Goddess L. And I appreciate y'all, man, for that, man. Fire show as always, Sister Sharice, and you need to do more like these.
Yeah.
Yes, big facts.
Yeah, you know.
Can I say something real quick, sister? I apologize. You know, like I said, I love what y'all doing. I think we need to have more financial teachings
Mhm.
and food, shelter, and clothing, and
Mhm.
less, praising, the higher power, and,
Mhm.
and we can get some things done, business and law, and,
There you
and
go
food.
again. There you go
You know what I
again.
mean?
Always
But
messing with my Jeebus.
Coming from his JC.
I just want to say this real quick. I'm flipping my whole what I'm doing. I'm be doing a lot of channels on talking about farming, trying to get us back into the agricultural and growing
Okay.
our own fruits and vegetables and herbs, and taking back that industry, So that's all I wanted to say. Thank y'all. I'm gonna mute up.
Indeed, definitely. I'm always when I do share, I'm always sharing so that it's safe. Nobody going to jail, nobody, children getting taken out of the house, and all types of traps that's always set up for us, but a way for us to be able to, become successful without harming each other, because there's a lot of traps out here. A lot of that glitters is not always gold. But yeah, definitely. I'm gonna be looking out, Big Dog Philly OG, for those farming classes. I do a little bit of, gardening and things of that nature. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to those.
Appreciate you. I'm gonna mute up and let y'all do y'all
Hey,
thing. Y'all
big
got it.
dog, guess what the hell I've been doing all day, big dog? Working. Oh shit! I don't know if y'all can see. Let me see. Building this goddamn porch and shit.
Yeah, you
Got
stay
far in
working,
like
young fellas.
like a week, man. Got pretty far though.
What's
You know what I
that?
mean?
What size is that?
This is 18 by 12.
Woo! Oh,
Yeah.
oh my
See,
goodness.
I got all those goddamn. I got ping pong. I got all kind of video games and stuff like that. Mortal
Mm-hmm.
Kombat, Pac-Man, Galaga.
Mm-hmm.
So them shit been sitting up so long inside the storage here. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and turn this into a porch, a screen-in porch.
Mm-hmm.
And plus two, I got another deck. When you come out of there, you come out of there and then you come into another deck. This gonna be the open up deck where I grill on, and then when you go in there, you go into another spot. But yeah, man,
Okay. Yeah, I got a 10 by 10. I'm supposed to be starting in a couple weeks, addition. So
yeah, man, that's one thing about us now. We very hands on now. we ain't forget the trade that we was taught back in the day.
yeah, I like the finishes. That's what I like. When
Hey,
it's all finished, bring
speak
me
for
in.
yourself, OTK. I'm not hands on. I like paying people to do the labor for me, man. I'm not hands on type of guy. I'm
Nah,
gonna think
no,
about it and let's
yeah,
get it
hey, but
done type of guy.
hold
But
on.
I respect that, man. I respect
Hey,
y'all
hold
hands on
on.
type
No,
guys,
I'm not
man.
going to sit here and say that's not hands on. Shit, you still had to do something to get that money to pay. So you
I had
just
to,
already done did your hands on it. Just wasn't the work
yes,
that
sir.
you needed
Yes,
done.
sir. I got
Yeah,
respect for
yeah.
the
You done
hands on
served your
guys, man.
country, my dog. You done served your country and you still serving your family. What else there is that you know what I mean?
That's right.
There's the thing.
And still serving the people, man. I'm
Yeah.
here if y'all need me, man. Respect. Go ahead. Y'all got
It's
it, though.
hard to find those who actually are willing to do trades now. It's so hard to find trades, y'all. I mean, it is. It's hard. The younger generations, they don't want to do it. Like I've been pushing. I've been trying to push one of my nephews into just going to get his OSHA certification. He's working in the factory, and I'm like, look, you can be coming in the factory, making sure all the factory workers are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Why are you working for the factory and they can fire you anytime? You can get your OSHA cert, and you got to make sure that they doing what they supposed to be doing. So just trying to get them to think outside the box and not to be boxed in is hard. Let alone trying to get them to get into a trade. It's hard.
Shit, I told my father that I was scared of these youngins because they gonna be the ones that grow up and take care of me when my ass get old one day. Hell no. I said if they don't get it together, like, hey, don't touch me, Slim. Like I will make it do what it do. That's what I said. It's my business to stay healthy and strong because you cannot trust anything out here these days, man. And it's like they rob us of so much that like now, like the younger generation, they want to make $100,000 in a month. You know, like they on a different they mind frame so
different way.
yeah, like
I'm,
how they
I'm
see
a,
it.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you, sis. That's why this show like this is so good because financial literacy. If you don't have a literate thought of how to budget your money and what finances are, you're gonna always fall to the short end of the stick. I don't care how much money come through your hand. It'll come in and go right back out. Come in and go right back out. You can touch 100,000, but all you know that you really use is 10. And you like, well, god damn, what happened to the other 90? Hey, cause poor management. No financial literacy. That's why shows like this is good, especially for me owning my own business. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm doing something to try to turn into actually my business is a passive income. Like my whole family, my kids don't even have to do this job, but they'll be able to hire.
Right.
They had a capital to hire people to do the job because, you know what I mean, my name will be out there. I be done establish it. And if they do want to sell it, so what? They can sell it. So what? Hey, sell it if you want to, man. At least I gave them that option. I didn't have that option. I didn't have that option.
Big facts, brother. Big facts.
All right. Peace and love to you, Austin. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I was just gonna say, I've been studying a lot of, financial literacy. I bought my first property this year, and that meant a lot to me. But I noticed,
Yeah, congratulations, man.
Yes.
yeah, and I actually started younger. Like I'm 26, so I'm probably like the youngest to ever do that. Like at the age, that I am. And I was gonna say, a lot of times with like money, like the more you make, the more you spend. So a lot of people be like, oh, you making 70,000, or you making 150,000, or you making 200,000. It wind up being the same thing because the more money you make, the more they want you to spend. So if I'm making 75, they're gonna say, oh, you need a Nissan or something like that. But if you're making 150,000 or whatever a year, they're gonna say you need a Benz. When you add it up, we end up making the same thing after tax. And if they're spending, they end up having the same amount of money. I mean, look at the guy. I give you a prime example. Adrian Peterson, NFL running back or whatever, grossed over $100 million in his career. After tax, he had 50 million. He blew all of it. Then he and this is like in a little bit of time. This is like he played 15 years. He's only been retired like 4. So how you blow $50 million or a little bit less, maybe somewhere around there? How you blow all that money in 4 years? And he didn't buy no restaurants. He didn't buy no nothing, no businesses or nothing like that. All he did was play football. So that's why so many people, if you look at the money that black people make, we got almost $1 trillion spending power in America. But all our money don't never come back to us. It always go to somebody else. That's why the reparations argument has always been kind of like, if you're talking reparations to my grandfather and them back in the 30s and 20s, yeah, it would have made sense then. But now, young folks, majority of folks, they get the money like that. They just gonna give it back to the man. So they.
Can I ask you a question? Can I pose a question real quick? I mean, I guess everybody could answer this. So, like, you made an interesting point when you brought up Adrian Peterson and the fact that, I mean, I know he blew a lot of money, and I know it's other prominent people who are black and they so-called black, and they've blown a lot of money. Like, do you think that is due to just like upbringing, just not knowing how to manage, and maybe having money like that will almost have you polarized, if you will, or just, maybe it's just you don't know what to do, so you just want to help everybody, and then you help everybody, and then at the end you ain't got shit. You know what I mean? Like, or whatever the case may be. Like,
Well,
do you
it's
think
kind of
what is that?
it's the MC Hammer effect. Like he the prime example for anybody that's I'm a little young, but I knew everybody knows what happened to Hammer. Hammer was on fire. Hammer was killing them. He tried to bring his whole community, and he gave all his money instead of creating a business. So basically, when it comes to stuff like that, it's kind of like what Michael Jackson said. Most of the time, when people get money, they end up becoming slaves to their job. They never figure out a way to like take the money that you made and then make it work for you. We always just come back for more, come back for more, come back for more. And then once you old and you can't do nothing no more, and they want to send you home and give you a little bit of a fraction of what you gave to them, all them years of working. So a lot of it is just the slave mentality. Even though we not slaves, literally like on chains, we still slaves because we haven't learned to like understand that. Like you have to make money like on your own. You can't just rely on them forever, because eventually you're gonna be gone. You're gonna be old or whatever, and they're gonna find somebody else.
Hey, Glover L, you want to get in on that one and chime in right there?
Yeah, I think it's very important, especially when you're talking about, and this is something that we haven't gotten into yet. We'll be getting into it definitely when we're talking about, financial wealth. How to protect your assets, right? Setting yourself and your family up for the best future success financially. And a lot of it has to do with, one, knowing who you are. Because a lot of times the reason why we look at these people like, dang, they got so much money. How did they go through all this money like that? It's because they don't know who they are. If you go out and you have access to that type of capital and you don't invest into your future, it's because you don't know who you are. You have no self-value or self-worth. So again, the whole thing about us being from a far distant land, us being beat up, knocked across our head, thrown on a ship on top of each other. And then when we get here now, we're malnutrition, we got, head lice, and, we got all these other diseases. I don't know how we made it through. They always say, man, if your ancestors made it through the what they call the Middle Passage, you come from a strong stock, right? But when you look at it, it's like that story does not make logical sense. And because we're still holding on to that fallacy, that fiction, we don't have any self-worth. So you can have capital like that and run through it within a few years, and you have nothing left to show for it. I've watched it in my own family. I've seen it myself firsthand, where you can have a lot of capital and then family members just start fighting each other, arguing. I mean, to the point where, they almost try to murder one another because you don't know who you are. You're sticking to this Black narrative, to this narrative that, one point in time, your grandmother was great by, some paint man. And, they was whipped and chained together and went through all these horrors in America. You're not from here, you're from somewhere else. So yeah, you definitely can blow a bag like that. It happens all the time because you don't know who you are. You have no self-worth. I yield.
It's like scarcity too. Like when you like that, you get that scarcity mentality, and like you can do small things, but the entitlement. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, we went through a lot of stuff as so-called black people in this country, but we the most entitled people that I ever seen. You know what I'm saying? We complain about everything, but at the end of the day, when it come down to doing the dirty work and being a critical thinker, whether it is building houses or building your own house or whatever the case may be, or even taking out the trash, stuff like that, small stuff. We've got so complacent, to the point to where when it comes to strapping our own bootstraps up and doing it ourselves, we don't want to do that. We want to get the handout because we feel like we've been down so long, and that ain't how the game works.
When you say handout, what do you mean? Because I always like to, when people say people are looking for a handout, I always like for them to elaborate a little bit more on that, because I think when you look at I don't know, maybe it's just me just not liking the term handout, maybe because I don't like to look at it like that, because I feel like what's happening with these migrants and immigrants is that they're coming over here and what they're getting is a handout. That's exactly what that is that they are receiving. And so I don't want it to, sound like that and perspective to us, because I what I see is a system that continues to press on us hard and harder than any other group that I've seen in my life. Yeah. So, I feel where you're coming from, because yes, most of the work we do need to get out here and do it. We need to press their ass out for everything that they've done, and we need to hold them accountable, and we need to hold ourselves accountable. Most importantly, there is things that we could do on our end to make our living situation, or this, not even just a living situation, our whole economic situation better. But at the same time, we can't act like there's not a suppression there. So.
Well, I would say this, when it comes to handouts and stuff like that, if you notice, most of the time, it goes back to something we talked about before. What they getting only works if people are families, if people are sticking together. So if they were divided like we are, and they gave them those benefits or whatever, it wouldn't make a difference. The only reason we can't really get it together, far as like once we get stuff, is because we're so divided. You got to think about it. Majority of people, if they do have a kid, they live in separate homes. Back in the day, they wouldn't like that. Black people wouldn't like that. If you look at the other households, like basically all the people that's going against us, that we're competing with, look what they're doing and look what we're not doing. I play football. When we lose a game or we win a game, we check the other team's film and see what plays they're running. If those plays will work, hey, we'll steal some of their plays and start running them. That's how the game works. This is a game. It ain't going to be fair. It only works if we stick together. But we're so divided. I think that's one of the reasons why what we do get, it doesn't seem to make sense, because the money's stretched so far. You got, I'm over here, dad's over here, mom's over here. You got brothers, you got religion, where you got cousins and brothers, they grandpa them leading the church. Next thing you know, they get into it over the money, and the little church get divided. Next thing you know, you got 2 or 3 families with multiple churches on the same street, instead of all of them being together like whoever intended, or whatever it is. Businesses, they'd always, we always divide, and then it's like when we get divided, it's, oh, well, that was the white man. Well, wait a minute. If it's the white man, how come he's sticking together with his folks? As much as they do kill each other, when it come down to us, they come together. So it ain't no other race. It's like, well, other races don't kill themselves. Everybody kills people or whatever in their own group. Mexicans kill Mexicans, whites kill whites, blacks kill blacks. The only difference is when it come down to the real deal, we can't buckle down and put jealousy and envy aside. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. Until we figure that out, even if, the money, I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, young fella. You got a valid point. My thing is, other than slavery, take away slavery in America, We can prove crimes against humanity. We can prove reclassification. We can prove medical genocide, and I don't know if you want to call it, reparations, retribution, or whatever. They owe us, and that's what I fight for, man. Because like I said, take away the slave story, just do what happened here in America the last 200 years. We can prove that this corporation did crimes against humanity. And that's what I stand on. And that's not even bringing up the African slave story. Because like I said, it ain't happened to my people. I ain't saying it didn't happen, but I'm saying we can prove what happened here in America without using Africa. And we all deserve something. But yeah, we deserve something. But y'all got it. Respect.
Hey, Elder, how many people does it take for us to do that? It's like a petition or something like that to like Washington or the government?
I would say probably like 10 people to file a lawsuit.
Yeah, I would say if we was a part of our own nation, it would be easier. But doing it as an individual is hard because it's not many lawyers are willing to try to sue the corporation. They'll sue the police force, someone for a hit and run accident or an accident, slip and fall, but ain't many trying to go at the corporation. So I figured, the ones I seen, they was they own a corporation, and that's how they was able to go after these other corporations. But you got it, brother.
I mean, that's pretty deep, 'cause I didn't know that you could really do that, especially they always put statute of limitations and stuff like that. But if they could come after Diddy and all of them like that, I guess we could do the same thing as far as what happened to us. Even if not Diddy, but Bill Cosby, even if it happened like 100 years ago or 70, 80 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it could be proven just based off the evident treatment of today. I mean, much has not changed. And I think that we can definitely make a good argument, as long as it's put together properly and it's articulated properly.
Yeah.
Go ahead, big dog.
No, that's all good. You said I agree. I'm with you 100%. But y'all got it.
And I think that you also made a good point too, big dog, about a lawyer that's willing to take that on. And that's what I mean when I say that, our people have to be on the same page. Like Austin spoke about unity. It's important because if we don't even have people in these higher places that can, that have the pull or the influence to push things through, you know what I'm saying? We'll be at square one forever.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this real quick. I tried to sue and I'm be very careful, the pharmaceutical industry. That's almost an impossible industry to get a case on. The hospitals and the doctors and the pharmacists, they're all working together. They'll take a slip and fall before they take a medical malpractice. Back in the day, you can get a medical malpractice. Now it's super hard unless they totally mess up. But most of the time when they mess up, they cover up their dirt. But you got it, y'all got it.
And that's deep, because I lost an aunt, a few years ago to a.
Yeah, I lost my daughter, bro. That's why I tried to. I'm giving right to you, much respect, but I lost my daughter in 2015. I tried to sue him for 5 straight years. You know what I mean? And to no avail, because they're protected, and the government gave them basically a 50 or 100-year window that they're protected. But you got it, brother. My bad.
Oh, no, you good, man. That's it's like it's to the point to where if they ain't gonna give it to us, you gotta take it. And a lot of people ain't willing to think their way out, and a lot of people ain't willing to fight their way out. So we gotta figure out, what's next. Because like look at look at
Hey, but I'm with you. I'd rather think my way out because I've been to war before. I'd rather think my way out of this situation than not saying I ain't ready for war because I'm ready. But I think we like I said, we're the innovators on this existence. We just had to come together. But go ahead, brother, you got it.
No, I was just saying, when you think about what they done and how they did it both ways. They did it through war
Yes, sir.
and they did it through paper. So, like I said, if when it comes to the pale face, he's gonna talk to you nice. Like I said, I'm from the South. They get, you go to these colleges and stuff like that. They're gonna talk to you nice. They're gonna offer you things. They make it seem like everything is cool. Next thing you know, you get away from your family, you get down on the campus, it's a whole different story. And that's how they work. And it's the same way with how they did black folks back in the day. Their tactics, the same tactics they've been using them for thousands of years in every land. I mean, people should have caught on by now and said, well, dang, this is how it should be. This, whatever. But then you got people that catch on, but those people, they get blackballed or whatever, black sheep. So don't nobody believe them. So then you got a handful of folks that can do something, but will they, get enough people to accomplish what they're trying to accomplish? And then you got to think, most people now, they don't look you in your eye, shake your hand, and base your word off what you proved and what you showed them and how you respected them. They go off popular opinion. So if everybody on Crenshaw or 105th Street or whatever says, hey, this dude is this, whatever, he did this, and it might even be true or not. They don't go off the word, the person's word. They going off, oh, well, they ain't got this fresh that. They ain't as fresh as this. They don't get this many hoes or whatever. They don't, black people, we got a mentality to where we tear down the bright people, we tear them down. Then the ones that ain't doing nothing that's causing corruption, we build them up. You know what I'm saying? I got cousins and stuff like that, been to prison for murder. Cousins I grew up with, everybody talking about free this, free that, free this, free that. Next thing you know, I got cousins that went to law school. Don't nobody talk about them. He did the law school. That ain't nothing, man. That ain't nothing for real. But then they wearing shirts for people who didn't kill people. You know what I'm saying? So our priorities is just, with the hip hop influence and all that, our priorities is just a little different right now. So until we start putting our smart people in the front and letting our smart people talk, our intellectuals talk, instead of letting Pookie and Ray Ray, whoever else talk, and then letting the smart people stay in the back, ain't nothing gonna change because we don't even, the Carltons get pushed to the back.
And I definitely agree with you. A lot of our people are lost. They even lost on basics, like not knowing if they're a woman or a man. Our people really done got turned out by this corporation, man. We got women out here that think they men, and we got men out here that think they women, man. And that's another type of division. And like you said, our people, that's basic. That's basic. You should know who you are. If you're a man or a woman, there shouldn't be no misunderstanding about that. But a lot of our people, the corporation done pimped them and turned them out where they don't know what they are, or they want to be the opposite so bad because they hate themselves. But that's an area that we need to look at too. People are putting their sexual preference above who they are. But y'all got it.
Yeah. That's because it's a sense of pride. About pride and like going back to what somebody said, not knowing who you are. I grew up in the generation where, right in the change. Like I was born in '98, so I remember when we was talking on house phones and we was going outside and playing. And I remember when we had video games, we only played video games when it was raining outside. Other than that, we would be outside till the street light come on. Then when social media came out, when I was in like 9th grade, I was like a freshman. That's when everything changed. I saw it change. Next thing you know, Obama got in office, and here come the gay. Then you see people you never would have even known they was like that. People just start coming out wearing dresses.
Austin, tread. Everybody just tread lightly on said topic. Speak.
Yes, ma'am. My bad. I
That's
definitely
okay.
tread lightly.
Just I mean, it ain't. It's not me. It's you
You
too.
know, and Sharice, real quick, I'm gonna say this. That's why Congress don't even know what a woman is. You know what I mean? And they done dumbed us down, and all of the world is like, yeah, we don't know what a woman is, but y'all got it,
And that's
man.
deep.
Yeah.
The woman thing, that's deep because you gotta think. Look at the tactics they did. First, they start with hip hop. So with hip hop, they degraded women. It wasn't normal. It would like my grandpa and them back in the 30s, 40s. They wouldn't call their women B words and bumping music that had that. All that stuff was like love songs, stuff like that. So first, it started with the conversation. The conversation between man and woman changed. So then, here come the 70s, and here come welfare and all that stuff like that. So when the conversation started to change, and drugs had always been around for a long time, but like I said, most of the time it was the whites doing the drugs. Most of the time, but when black people started getting on drugs, everything changed. It changed the game. So then the conversation changed with the mental, and then you started getting kids born souped up, messed up. Then you start getting single parent homes, and so then it's like now as a product of my mom, like I said, my mom raised me by herself or whatever, but I still had a grandfather and a grandmother that was together, so I still got to see the vibration. But a lot of the times when you go in that home like that and you're in imbalance and she's working all the time, you're going to go to your idols. You're going to go to people on television. You know what I'm saying? Especially as a young man. So you're going to look at people on TV like Diddy, like Pac, like different people. And you're going to try to be like them because you ain't got no father figure in the house. So then if you ain't going to do that, you're going to shy away from masculinity altogether and you're going to turn into one of them broke rich folks. You know what I'm saying? So those are the two doors they set up when they took our families away. When they broke up, the family structure of black people. It's all they've been playing on us for the last, I say 30, 40 years, starting in the 70s. And it's just coming to a head now. So before you were just, you had a handful of guys that was like that or women or whatever, but it wasn't like everybody. Now it's everybody. Now they got surgeries and stuff now to where, it's like Chris Tucker said, if you don't check the undercarriage, you really don't know until you whatever's in there. You really don't know. Because look wise, with the surgeries and stuff, it's dangerous out here now.
I don't disagree, because I see it. It's crazy out here with it. I think that what oftentimes would need to happen is that we need to figure out a way to come back into the fold. And it always does go back to the unity talks and talking points, rather. I do feel like our family structures are broken, and they are broken to an extreme max. And I will say that that's maybe one factor, but I do feel like other factors come into play when we talk about our family units and stuff like that and how that happened. And, I know in DC and I know in other places too, if a woman was receiving, what's that stuff? Excuse me, y'all, welfare and, different things like that the father couldn't be in the home. So there's a lot of different, ways that, our Black men have been locked out of our families, and to the point where some of them left as well. And some of them got locked up. And, it's so much. And, it's just complicated, young. I just think that if we could find some type of way to smooth all of that stuff over, I think it's a lot of vitriol and animosity towards one another, like you said, because the ego comes into play, the envy, the jealousy, all that stuff. At the end of the day, it comes back into the fold when we're discussing how to push forward.
Yeah. Hey, the deep part about how they took the jobs away, you got to think about it. During the early days, America used to make everything. So they got it in our minds that when you talk about the indigenous people, they got it in our minds that these people didn't have guns, They wasn't blacksmiths. They weren't making machines. They weren't making metal and all that. We used to make all the stuff. I mean, I even learned that from studying Browning in Belgium and how the blueprint of the gun, an old shotgun, was made here in America, but they stole the blueprint and sold it overseas. So I think about when they during the time, you know, when good times and stuff was coming on, that was when all this stuff was hard. And basically they was hiring the women, but then not hiring the men. So then they started doing this thing now where they took half of the jobs and sold them to foreign companies. So over places like Thailand and China. So when half the jobs in America got cut in half, guess what? Guess who was gonna get? Oh man, we cutting back today, y'all. We cutting back. We got to cut 2 months. They was cutting back. They was cutting us back. So that's why. Then once a man is like
brother,
this,
I'm gonna give it right back to you. That's why I went in the military in the 80s, because they took away a lot of the jobs and they started importing them. But you got it, brother. You're on point.
I was gonna say when they you know, I thought speak mature. I said once a man can't provide, he ain't got no money.
Austin, I was saying you gotta fix your mic a little bit. And in the meantime,
What does it sound like?
It just was kind of little in and out a little bit. That's all. But give me 1 second.
I know what it was. I dropped my headphones.
Say I'm hustling and I'm grinding. I'm making moves with my money on my mind, and I can't fall short. No, always keep it 1,000. Slow mo. Say I'm hustling and I'm grinding. I'm making moves with my money on my mind, and I can't fall short. No, always keep it 1,000. Slow mo.
Peace, and love to all the Aboriginal, Indigenous Indians. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's been in and out listening. Shout out to the beautiful K Glover L for giving a lovely presentation on financial literacy. And, you know, she's going to go into a part 2 the next time. So y'all coming on in. Y'all got the replay game going. So I hope y'all get a chance to go back and watch that and really pick up some tips and, you know, start your journey and learn how to build your credit so you can better your life. All right, back to the topic at hand. Go ahead, Austin.
Oh, I was saying basically, when they took all the jobs away from the black man, he was no longer could provide. That broke his spirit. So that's why a lot of men started leaving, because it's like ain't got nothing, can't provide, can't do anything, so they just start walking out. And that's what started all that deadbeat stuff, you know. My great grandfather had 2 wives. He had a house in Nashville, Tennessee, and he had a house in Alabama, and he provided for both his families. I don't know how he did it, but he did. But the generation after him, you know, didn't have nothing coming in, so they just start walking out and giving up. It's easier to walk out instead of fighting, you know, stand there and fighting and stuff, because then you gotta think she's downing him because, oh, you supposed to be bringing this, you supposed to be the man, you supposed to be this. So he felt it was better to leave. A lot of the men back in those times felt it was better to leave than to stay and take that, you know, the pride's taking a beating, you know, the ego, you know. So now we got to think about that too, financially.
Yeah, because what I notice is that, you know, and I don't want to be mean when I'm saying this or sound harsh, but I find that a lot of our Black men struggle to keep jobs and struggle to, for the most part, head their households. We find today that a lot of women are, being financially, are able to be breadwinners and are finding themselves more financially stable than some men. It's not always like that, with, but in most cases, when you look at the statistics, we see that a lot, like the huge, the huge difference in that. And I'm only bringing that up because I know a lot of times, can you mute up for a second? I know a lot of times that when a woman makes more money than a man, that can cause friction in a household. And sometimes, depending on the woman, a lot of times people can often make the assertion that a woman won't respect a man that doesn't make more money than her. And I think that we have a lot of things that we need to iron out and straighten it, and straighten out when it comes to our mindsets about money and who's making it and how much and, whatever else, you know what I'm saying? And just try to focus on how you can build a life versus, that thing. I do feel like men need to be on their responsibilities and, make a living for themselves and earn it like everyone. You know what I mean? And I think that when you want to have a relationship or a family, I think that plays a huge role because children need to be cared for. Their livelihood is at stake, all of that stuff. So it's just like, it's so much you got to think about, surrounding that stuff, because like when it's finances, it's relationship, it's all of that stuff. It all, plays a role. And I think sometimes a lot of people find themselves, better off not in those situations. So, I mean, I don't know. It's that's just me kind of throwing that in there because I know a lot of times I see this, and I think that it's often, some people address it, but a lot of times it's not really addressed. So I don't know if y'all wanted to chime in on that, and you know.
I was gonna say the majority. That's the truth. It just takes you know, it takes a little bit of humility and just looking at it for what it is. Most of the time, it is the women providing now or keeping a stable job and whatnot, and that's by design because that's how they see. They feel like the powers that be feel like they can control women more than they can control men. So they'd be like, all right, so let the man be a radical, let the man be whatever, let him go to jail, let him have broke wrists, do whatever you want, let him be a star, whatever. Give him a white girl and give him a football. That's what they do down south. Uh, but when it comes to the woman, they like, well, if we give everything to her and give her opportunities and whatnot, far as consumerism and buying stuff, brands and stuff like that, and women in general, not even just indigenous women, just women in general, they market all the industries, the clothing, the everything, the perfumes, all of that stuff is marketed to women. So they feel like they'll get a better return if they let women get off with money. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they'll get a better return, so they do that because they know majority of the time, let's be real, women outnumber everybody in the world. If women alone wanted to take over America, they could, but they don't think like that. Like most of the time, women don't be thinking about taking stuff over like that. So they're like, well, if we give women more money or more opportunities, or like even in the Black community, everybody know this. In the family, they always let the girls go to college before the boys. That's always been like that. Um, they put all the money in the girls to make sure they get a chance. So the likelihood of them having to live off a man and stuff like that, the man has to get it out the mud. You know, and that's how it's always been for the last so many years or whatnot. So when it comes to like being smart and knowing how to read, you know what I'm saying? All those things, being, inclined on certain things. Like in my family, for instance, no man other than me even went to college. It was like, we talking 5 or 6 different guys, but every single girl in our family went to college and graduated. But then the grandparents is like, well, we didn't have the money to send the boy. You see what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that A lot of times, you know, you growing up, as I guess, and this is kind of real, you're hunted. You know, as a black man, you're hunted by everybody. You're hunted by your own people. You're hunted by white people. You're hunted by your own friends. We're hunted by everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking over my shoulder, and I ain't even like that. I'm looking over my shoulder around whites. I'm looking over my shoulder around guys my age. I'm looking over my shoulder all the time. You know, so that constant watching and looking and not knowing what's fixing to happen. You know, it's I guess it's just hard to succeed when you in that type of environment, that type of mentality of just people being after you. Um, it's just different. So I think that's why too that, you know, success and stuff, you know. And then it's like, say for instance, people like the whole thing with the celebrity thing or the football thing, like they build you up to be this thing, and then if you don't meet that, you're nothing at all. You got guys that get thrown away in high school. They don't do women like that in the black community. You know what I'm saying? You go play football, right? And say you get hurt, they will hang that over you your whole life, as if anything you do after that don't mean a thing. They don't look at black men. They dehumanize us to the point to where they don't look at us as human beings anymore. They look at us as action figures and something that ain't even real. So when you got all that pressure riding on you from your real family, then you got to deal with the world's opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I mean, like I said, so I deal with isolation. Like I just limit who I'm around, and that helps a lot. You know, but you know, I got friends and stuff that, you know, they don't do what I do. So it's crazy.
All right. Peace and love, everybody. We got Lightman Z that just pulled up on the panel. So peace to you, Lightman Z.
Yeah, peace to you too. Yeah, I'm just listening in. You know, I try to catch some of it, but as far as what the brother was saying, you know, he's right when it comes to the weight, the burden that's put on the man. And I just want to encourage him, any other brother or sister that's going through it, to not give up and to try to stay encouraged and motivated as much as you could. I know it's hard. Everybody's against everybody, and it ain't easy. But, you know, if anything, my prayers are with you, and I'm rooting for you. You have a person that actually supports. Even though I don't even know the women or the man, I still support you. I'm still rooting on the sideline. Man, that's all I got to say for right now, because I'm just tapping in.
Shout out to Light Man. But yeah, I'm real quick. I think we need to have, you know, this financial literacy, you know, because like I said, it ain't taught in our schools, and a lot of our people don't know about how important it is. Some people, like, you know, cash is the thing. You know what I mean? I say both. You know what I mean? And then one thing we need to learn how to do, like how to sacrifice. Like when I first moved to Georgia, I downsized. How to downsize, get your situation in order, get your finances in order. Then you can make any move you want to. Sacrifice. Like I tell people, when I moved to Georgia, I saved like almost $4,000 in bills. I got rid of the gas bill. Everything all electric now. My insurance went down. I stopped celebrating them holidays. You know what I mean? I stopped drinking. You know what I mean? I got rid of my cable bill, got a Fire Stick, and got internet. You know what I mean? That's all part of, you know, financial responsibility, putting a budget together. You know, and then I'm going to say this and I'm going to pass it. You know, learning how to make our money work for us. Even though we work for our money, learn how to make it work for us. And that's how you do that, is through investments. They try to, you know, discourage us about investments. You know, I ain't going to say it, but I'm going to say it. You know, we've been giving 10% to the church for so long. You know, just imagine if we would have invested that 10% in ourselves or the family structure. You know, we wouldn't be needing people to come gentrify our neighborhoods. We could be doing it ourselves, cleaning our own neighborhoods up. You know what I mean? I worked hard for my money, but I learned how to make my money work for me after so long. And me stop working and me using my brain and my hands sometimes, but mainly my brain, and try to do ways to produce other forms of income or passive income. You know, making our money work for us instead of us working so hard and being a slave to the system for the money. And I'm going to land right there. Shout out to all y'all, man.
I'll say something about the food. You know, I go back to back in the day. You know, back in the day, people have families and stuff. You eat dinner at 5:30. You talk about the day. It wasn't no McDonald's. It wasn't no Wendy's. It wasn't none of these restaurants like that. So look how much money you would spend. Say you spend $8, and that stuff ain't even really no real food for real. It ain't even got no minerals, nothing like that in it for real. So a lot of it's just fake food. So you spending all that money on fast food, and you ain't even getting a real meal. So if we can cut the food, the glut is destroying the black community. Like our kids are really obese and stuff like that. If we could just get the food, attack the food, we could save a lot of money, you know, and boycott these restaurants.
Yep, that's exactly why I'm on this. You know, start growing your own food and agricultural, and what I'm on. You know what I mean? That's even another way I can save more money. You know what I mean? By producing my own fruits, vegetables, and herbs. I won't have to go to the supermarket. But you got it, bro.
Oh, I was gonna add to this. When I said war, I said thinking your way out. But you want to know how to really start a war? Build a garden. That's war right there. War ain't always physical. You can wage war on the food corporation by growing your own. They don't want to see that, because they waging war on all the farmers right now. You know, taking away land, doing anything, changing taxes, changing everything to try to get rid of everyday farmers. That way they can monopolize on all the food. Bill Gates, all of them is buying up all the land down south, everywhere.
Yeah, and you know, if you can't start a farm your own self because it's lack of land near you, maybe you could support the farm that's near you, owned by your Aboriginal brother or sister, and you could get your fresh crop and go from there. You know, and we should not wait for Kamala or Trump, anybody, to fix our issues with the housing crisis or with any other crises going on. We need to come together and write down our solutions and fully tackle this the best way we could. Because if we keep waiting for the adversary, the elite, to try to fix our issues, we would actually be going into another trap. So when we had these conversations, we should definitely come up with practical, applicable solutions and remedies. You know, that is very easy to adapt. Land. Goddamn, I land.
Reese Youngin. Come on, man. Fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African. Hey, them niggas translate some ooh. Try to get back to them slaves. Hey. Try to get back to them slaves. Hey. Fucking slave narrative, they phony. I had this nigga named Toby and he owe me. When the plot crop and the stock drop on top, them niggas going. Sold to the bitter cotton pickers, them my niggas. I'ma come down, feed them chitlins and them gizzards. Nigga, I'm the mister, I whip ya, I kill you. In the big house, go down with your sister. Send it back to you, then I send for your mother. Y'all niggas look out, I'ma work it like no other. Make you pick cotton till the sun come and touch it. Till your damn hands and feet and foot all bust up. Look me in my eyes, I'ma backhand the buck up. Nah. Shout out to Grandma Foo. Why your man came, she the one that sold you. My crew swam to the show and got you. Good shit, Jesus, man, that nigga came through. Hey, fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African, fuck a Pan-African. Hey, the niggas trash like some ooh. Tryna get back to them slave hoes. Hey, tryna get back to them slave hoes. Fuck off it, fuck Lennon, fuck Jeffries, ayy. Fuck off it, fuck Ben, fuck Jeffries, ayy. Fuck off it, fuck Lennon, fuck Jeffries, ayy. Ayy.
Shout out to Bailey Oso. Fuck a slave narrative, okay? That shit ain't nothing but the truth. Shout out to him. So look, y'all, we going on what, 2 hours and 32 minutes. If everybody wanted to take the time to go ahead and close out, I would really appreciate it. So I can go ahead and get going. And yeah, look out for me and Dulcinea soon. I'm setting something up with the sister right now, and she's going to come up and talk about DNA and everything like that. So I'm very, very excited to have her very, very soon. So y'all, be on the lookout for that as well.
Yeah, I'll close out first. I appreciate you for having me up. Sharice, much love and respect. K Glover, excellent presentation. Shout out to the brothers on the panel and everybody in the chat, man. Power to the people. Much love and respect to everybody. Thank you all again for letting me up. Respect.
All right, whoever wants to go ahead and jump on in there, go ahead.
Yeah, peace and love to y'all, man. I was just sitting back listening, man. Great show as always, man. We need to keep doing more like this. It's only gonna get better, sis. Keep doing what you do. Only you know what you're doing right, okay? Because right and wrong is subjective.
Mm-hmm.
Truth is subjective. Reality is subjective because it's based on perspective. You feel me? So just keep doing what you do. All right, you at 500 now. Shouts out to you. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank
you. Know what I'm talking about? Hey, ain't no turning back now.
Shoot, yep.
Word.
Thank you, everybody that subscribed, and thank you all of y'all, Big Dog, OTK, everybody that always was sharing my videos and just shouting me out of y'all chats. I appreciate it. I love y'all. I love y'all for always supporting me, and I'm gonna always support y'all, and that's how I need to be.
Yeah, that genuine spirit take you far, and as long as you go off what originally motivated you and used for yourself, you'll do well, because if you live off the cheers of the people, you'll die by their boos, right? You'll die by their boos. If you go off the people, them cheering you all the time, then when it comes to them booing you, you'll start to get affected and it'll take you down. But always remember, it start with you, and everything that you need in life, you already got it inside you. You don't need a boyfriend, you don't need a man, you don't need a this or that. You don't need none of that. You feel me? Everything else follows after you. You feel me? It is what it is, man. I'm glad we can support positive messages, and I hope to see more messages like this. All right, man. Light man, so y'all got it.
Thank you, Light Man. Thank you, OTK. Thank you, Big Dog. All right, Austin, did you want to go ahead and close out?
I guess I'll just say that just one more thing I'll say is let's see. I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say something, but yeah, you definitely Sharice, I know you for a good while, and you've always had that magnetic type of vibrant spirit that just kind of keeps everybody going. So if you keep grinding and stuff like that, uh, all happy, the universe will make it happen.
Only caught a little bit of that. You kind of went into the funky hole.
Yeah, I'm way out in the country, so I just got off the highway, so that's probably what it was. So what part did you hear?
I heard something about manifesting all to you, and that was it.
Oh, I was just saying that basically I talk faster, but basically, you had the like a vibrant spirit and like very innovative type of person. Even when we like met in the chat and all that. So uh when you have that kind of aura, good things are going to happen as long as you stay within that energy. It's going to happen. As far as your channel growing and all that. You just have to like kind of just just keep being consistent, and it'll all change.
I definitely will. I just got to stay true to myself, stay true to what this is, what the mission is, who we are, and what happened. And, that's what's important to me. That's what's always on my brain. And that's the shit that I really want to just focus on and stay on. And, that's it. So I appreciate your warm words, Austin. Thank you so much. And of course, if Cake Up for Air, if you still there, Auntie, I would get on there. And if you want to close out, you could take however long you need. But, once again, just thank you so much.
Indeed. Anytime. Thank you again, my niece, Sharice the Realist, for inviting me to come on to your panel and just share, some things that we can all be doing to, further our success. I will definitely be back. This is not my last time. I'm a frequent. And again, your channel is, always supporting. Your channel is always informational. Keep it on that level because a lot of people are able to actually learn. Some of us, we can't learn with all the noise, right? But we're actually able to learn. It's always a chill vibe over here. I really appreciate it. Keep doing your thing. And like I said, I'll be back. I do have a channel. I am not as active. I'm going on vacation in the next couple of weeks, so I will definitely not be doing anything until after I'm back from vacation. So be on the lookout on that. I'm at Moving Without Motion. Again, YouTube at Moving Without Motion. If anyone needs assistance with, you name it, whether it is asset and wealth protection, if it is court cases, no matter if it's criminal or civil, we're definitely able to assist with those things. And then, of course, my husband with the toilet paper company, essentialasiatic.com. Check us out for your toilet paper needs. And with that, you can reach me at 844-726-3936. I yield.
All right, family. Thank you all so much once again. This is another great show, another great situation. And, we're going to keep it on these vibes. And I hope to continue to have you all come on in, and we're going to do more things. We're going to go into some deeper topics. I'm going into the Dred Scott case. So it's a very interesting case. So y'all look out for a build on that. Y'all look out for the history.
I'll be there for that.
Yeah. for the history of the census. So it's a lot of research I've been doing, and I'm very, very excited about, presenting it to you all and getting it to you all in a professional manner, and in a manner that you all can understand and be able to take something away from it, because that's what it's all about in the end. And like I said, another situation where we can focus on how we can get out of the situation that we are in. And like I said, financial literacy, learning the law, learning about all of the things that encompass our journey here in this country can, then and only then can we see it out. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? And y'all take care of yourselves, your families, please. And just take care of each other. Most importantly, take care of yourself. And I'm going to go ahead and play this song, and we out. Y'all be good.
What it look like, man?
Let's see what it
Real,
is.
man. I feel the same way you feel about it.
Word.
I just don't want to
I
rush,
can't
man. I just want to take it one day at a time.
Me too.
That way we can reach the highest point of friendship.
What's the highest
I
point? Let me know.
Then whether you know how far to take this flight.
That's what I'm talking
Word.
about.
Like just jump in the plane and fly and don't know where you're going
Why
first.
not?
Just chill, baby. Just got you.
We don't have to run, baby, we can chill. Just be patient before we take it there. See, you don't really know me, and I don't really know you. Never lived a good life, come on, let me show you. We don't have to run, baby, we can chill. Let's just be patient before we take it there. See, you don't really know me, and I don't really know you. Never lived a good life, come on, let me show you.
See, we don't have to rush. Baby girl, be patient. Anticipation of love making. Got your legs shaking. See, every time I'm next to you, I feel your heart beat faster. But yet you try to hide behind your smile and your laughter. See, money's what I'm after. So all I do is chill. I'm out here on the grind. I'm trying to see a meal. You never seen this good life. Well, come on, let me show you. You never had a real hug. Well, come on, let me hold you. This life I lead is troublesome. You win some, you lose some. You lost one, then gain one. You want some, come get some. See, everything you want, you need, I got you. Even though you don't know me, I don't know you, baby, I got you. That's just how it goes to be. Rather have you next to me, never in front or back of me. You look good beside me, so we take it there. It's some things you need to know. We don't have to rush, baby, we can take it slow.
We don't have to run, baby, we can chill. Just be patient before we take it there. See, you don't really know me, and I don't really know you. Never lived a good life, come on, let me show you. We don't have to run, baby, we can chill. Let's just be patient before we take it there. See, you don't really know me, and I don't really know you. Never lived a good life, come on, let me show you.
Say you like me is what you want. I ain't about games, I'm trying to front. See something that you want, then get it. Ice cream man always deliver, never late. I come on time. Tell me, girl, what's your room size? Sitting here, watch you visualize. I can't lie, see it in your eyes. Fantasize, I'll be you all day, all night. Let me strap your seatbelt on before we take this flight. You know I'm helicopter high. Baby, you know I'm on a wide, baby, we can buy. And that's just how it is. El Blizzo keep it realer than all the rest is. And don't compare me to them other dudes. I act a fool, with my tool, lock it down, just for you. You got a man, you can keep him too. I don't want him, I want you. Got a couple friends, but I got a couple too. Just let me know, girl, what you wanna do. And we can keep it on the low, long as you know, baby, just take it.
We don't have to run, baby, we can chill. Just be patient before we take it there. See, you don't really know me, and I don't really know you. Never lived a good life, come on, let me show you. We don't have to run, baby, we can chill. Let's just be patient before we take it there. See, you don't really know me, and I don't really know you. Never lived a good life, come on, let me show you.
All right. Good night, Aboriginals. You all be safe and stay dangerous. Y'all see all the links in the chat. Try to get all the links and from the presentation tonight. And yeah, that's everything. Thank you again, K Clever L. Thank you to Big Dog Philly OG, OTK, Lightman Z, Austin. Shout out to y'all. Y'all stay safe. And like I said, look out for Dulcinea, and she's gonna come up soon. Oops. And look out for everyone. So y'all stay safe. Once again, sorry y'all.